What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to 49 Faithfully. We're your hosts, Miriah Lee and Teran Lewis. TL, my guy, what's up? How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing good. I usually represent my Niners, but today's an NBA draft, so I'm representing my Orlando Magic today. My first time in 6 years not having a pick in the lottery, so that's progress for us.
hmm it's crazy that the NBA draft, like compared to the NFL draft, like you hardly hear anything. Like the NFL draft, like there's all this like advertisements for it for months
Mhm.
before. And
Yeah,
like I watch NBA, I follow the NBA, and I still was looking for the draft. Like I just saw people talking about the draft yesterday. So I'm like, is the draft, like I'm thinking like yesterday, is the draft today, and I'm looking, I'm like, no, it's not today. Like I had no clue when the hell it even was. It's like
yeah, it's
so
definitely
different.
not endorsed like
Mm-hmm.
it is in the NFL. NFL draft is so anticipated. Like even the combine for the NFL. Combine is like, it's like almost a week long. People watch it. People like the NBA combine,
Yeah.
it's like you don't hear about it till like after the fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's crazy how much the NFL was definitely to me America's number one sport. Like people, and it was funny because like before I moved to Vegas 9 years ago, I used to have NFL draft parties at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would, but it would only be for the first day, obviously for the first
Yeah.
round. But I'd like invite all my boys over. And it's funny because all of us are had our own teams. Like I have a good friend who likes the Raiders, good friends like Chicago Bears, one friend likes the Vikings. So we would all just hang out and watch the draft and anticipate the picks and stuff like that. But yeah, for the NBA, it's just like, let's watch it and let's see who we get, and that's it. So
Yeah. My
yeah.
parents, my stepdad, they used to always have draft parties like as far back as I can ever remember. And then it's like the NBA, it's like, it's like not even something that exists. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, Chat, what's up? Hope everybody's doing well. Good to see you all. Dawn, first in the building. Appreciate you. She beat you, throwback. What a throwback. Appreciate you, sir, as always. We got Rob D in the house. What's up, Rob? Let me see. Alberto. What's up, Alberto? Hope you're doing well. Snap effects. What's good,
What
Snap
up?
Man? Hope you're well, sir. Appreciate you coming through. Hashtag FF to get into the first giveaway. Y'all know the deal. Let me show you what we got. I figure we'll go with these two for the first giveaway. Since our first conversation is going to be about one of them. So let's give these guys, let me get it out of the glare here. All right. Brandon Aiyuk. We got Debo Samuel, playmakers. So we'll start off with those two. So yeah, hashtag FF to get in there. Since it's, there's not too much going on to talk about,
Mhm.
but we have a few things. We'll do some giveaways. I just wanted to at least get some type of show, this week since we didn't do one last week.
Yeah.
Kind of, plan something and then time. I just didn't have enough time to get prepared for a proper show, and I don't want to just come here and throw some shit together and have a shitty show for you guys. So yeah, we weren't able to make it work, but we're here this week. I even squeezed you guys in. I'm leaving for vacation. Not really a vacation, just we're going out of into California to handle some business um tonight. So yeah, we're here. We're here. Let's start off with Brandon Aiyuk. Obviously, the talk of the off season, right? So this week, I'm sure, as everybody knows by now, he was kicking it with his old quarterback and current Washington Commanders, quarterback Jayden Daniels. Um, and they posted some pictures, posting that so everybody could see that they were together. Aiyuk went and did a, I guess, radio show, or I don't know, radio show or podcast or something. Um, and he even took Jayden Daniels with him there. During or shortly after, it was announced that Brandon Aiyuk wanted to meet with the 49ers, I'm guessing front office, probably John Lynch, maybe Shanahan, whoever, who knows who we met with. But he requested a meeting, which is kind of like we haven't heard about players, right? Like we've been through this contract stuff with our star players for the last how many ever years since Shanahan's been every year since, it seems like. And it's kind of strange. Like it kind of caught me off guard for Brandon Aiyuk to be requesting a meeting with them. But he did. And then things were pretty quiet for the most part after, and this was yesterday. Right before though the show, who was it? Pelissero went on a show and announced, something about the meeting. But before that, let me kind of go through when Brandon Aiyuk, he went on Ryan Clark's show, and that's where he took Jayden Daniels with him. Something coming out from there was that Clark had said, that Aiyuk was frustrated, and Aiyuk even came forward and said he's taking this personal. Like the number one thing that always NFL players say when it comes to contract negotiations, do not take it personal, right? It's a business. And then there's Brandon Aiyuk. Oh, I'm taking it personal and I need to meet with them. And obviously, we know you're frustrated and all this, right? But and it's going to be hard not to take it personal, but to actually come out and say I'm taking it personal was kind of strange there too. But Ryan Clark said, so it says, as a result, the 4-year veteran has become frustrated, telling ESPN's Ryan Clark that he has taken the negotiations personally. Clark said that part of Aiyuk's frustration is that the way they have negotiated with him, that the way they have told him why he's worth what he's worth, it has touched him. It has affected him. So after the meeting now, Tom Pelissero goes on the Insiders on NFL Network and says, here's what I can tell you. Aiyuk and the 49ers brass met on Monday at Aiyuk's request. This was a good meeting. From what I was told, both sides said things that needed to be said, and they're going to keep working. It's important to note here, there's never been a trade request from Brandon Aiyuk. That hasn't changed. The 49ers stance hasn't changed either, despite getting trade calls on Aiyuk going back to draft week. They're moving forward, and they want Aiyuk to be a part of the team in 2024. So what I would anticipate here is all parties involved will go ahead and enjoy the 4th of July holiday, regroup sometime after that. They've still got several weeks here to see if they can hammer out a deal that locks in Brandon Aiyuk with San Francisco for the long haul. So that's what Pelissero has to say after the meeting. Albert Breer as well went onto his show today and said that he still believes a deal gets done as well. So Albert Breer specifically says, it says, for all the reasons stated, blah, 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 blah. I think he'll end up wind up staying put in San Francisco. The Niners wouldn't be making the offers they have already put in front of him if they didn't want him for the long haul. I think it'll get done. It just might take some more time and some more friction between the sides to get there. So where, after now all of this that has happened throughout the offseason and now spiraled into what has happened this last week, everything that's being said, where are you at in the Brandon Aiyuk paid, trade, 5th-year option? What's going to happen?
Well, first, I'd like to commend Brandon Aiyuk and his camp for even requesting this meeting. I feel like that's pretty big of them because most people, they let their agent deal with it, or it's like back and forth phone calls, email. I don't know how they communicate, phone calls, emails, whatever the case may be. But the fact that he wanted an in-person meeting, it's perfect because there's sometimes where let's just say you're having an issue with your boss or whatever, and it's a phone call, text message, whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's good to get in person to see, like, where the body language is. And sometimes you can usually iron stuff out a lot better in person. You know what I mean? There's stuff that can be said that they can look at your body language, your facial expression, and be like, dang, this dude's serious, or whatever the case may be. And I have no doubt the 49ers want Brendan Aiyuk back. But the fact of the matter is, they want him back at their price. That's what it comes down to. And for him to take it personal, I can't say that the man's right or wrong, but it comes a time and place where you look at the history, you look at the Fred Warner, the George Kittle situation, Bosa, Debo, and they've all had to go through it. But at the point of the matter, fact of the matter is, me, you and I talk about this all the time. All the people I just named, the four holdouts that we had, all of them at the end of the day, and you can even say, I mean, it wasn't a long time. Even with CMC, he didn't show up because he was like, I want my money.
Yeah.
Juwan Jennings, same things. I want more money. So you look at all these names, but as far as the big wigs go, the ones that have the longest holdouts, at the end of the day, they all got pretty much the money that they were asking for. So we always say, we always people put Prague Marathe or whatever on a pedestal and always say, oh, he's a cap space genius and he's this and that contract guru. Well, is he? Because I don't
Right.
think he is. I don't really believe that because at the end of the day, the players get what they want. So maybe it's coming
And
to a point in
pissed
time.
off in the
Yeah,
meantime.
yeah, pissed off in the meantime, and then at the end of the day, okay, you want 34 million, Bosa. I know we argued about it for 3 months, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. Oh, Kittle, you want 18 million a year? You want to be the highest paid tight end? I'm gonna piss you off for a couple months, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna give it to you. So it's just like one of those things where it comes to a point where maybe the 49ers are like, you know what, I'm tired of giving in to the players. And maybe Brandon Ayuk is the first time they're going to be like, I'm going to set an example and I'm going to do it our way. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it goes. So maybe that's why he feels like, man, I'm taking it personal because maybe there was some things that were said to him. And then you brought up a couple weeks ago that quote from I don't know if it was Matt Mayock or Matt Barrows that said pretty much like the Nick Bosa holdout. I'm not going to take the Niners said something along the lines of not, don't quote me, but like pretty much his holdout was pretty much acceptable and we're going to excuse that, but we're not going to excuse Brandon Ayuk's holdout. That's crazy to me.
Mhm.
So that's why he's taking it personal because it's like, oh, his holdout was cool, but yours I'm gonna be pissed off about. So at the end of the day, the going rate for a wide receiver of his caliber is 28 to 32 million. He deserves his money. I don't care about his targets. We were on Spaces the other day, and there was some fans going on there and say, "Well, yeah, he only had 1,300 yards. You look at Amon-Ra St. Brown; he had 1,500. CeeDee Lamb had 17. Yeah, and we looked at the targets: 181 for CeeDee Lamb, 164 for Amon-Ra, with Aiyuk having 104. So
Mhm.
he has 200. He has 200 less yards than St. Brown with 60 less targets. So don't tell me the man don't deserve his money. I don't care what offense he's in. I don't care what the situation is. He knows what he can do. Give him 164 targets, guarantee you he's 16, 1700 yards with probably 13, 14 touchdowns. So don't tell me what he's worth and say he's not worth that because he doesn't get the yardage they do. You got to context matters. And you got to
Mhm.
look at the situation. So I said this before. Maybe Brandon Ayuk feels like, man, I don't, I get it. I don't get, I'm on a team where they share the ball. I'm cool with that, but still treat me like the receiver that I'm worth because I'm not getting the target share as everybody else, and I'm still putting up numbers. So I don't blame Brandon Ayuk. Give the man his money. I would say give him Amon-Ra St. Brown or the Jalen Waddle type deal because, in my opinion, he's better than both of them too.
Mhm.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's a beast. Don't get me wrong. He's up there. I'd put him pretty close, but I still put Brandon Ayuk a little bit above him because of his blocking ability, and he's a better route runner. So you give me that, give that man 28, 29 million with the guarantees he's asking for, and I guarantee you he'll be in camp with no issues. But at the same time, you can't treat him like he's some scrub and, oh, just play on your 5th year deal. I get it. He signed a contract, but at the same time, so here's the thing. Teams expect you to take a pay cut when you're not doing well, but then they want to fight with you and fight against you when you're playing well and you want the money that you're asking for. That's not fair. It's a business. I get it. You got to pay certain other people, Travarius Ward, Deommodore Lenoir, Brock Purdy coming up. I get it. But right now, it's not their time. It's Brandon Ayuk's time, and he deserves his bread.
Well said. Miss Debbie. What's up, Miss Deb? Blessings to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Much love, much love.
Yeah.
Let's do this giveaway.
Okay.
Hashtag FF if you're not in there yet. All you that are watching on Twitter, if you come to YouTube, you could enter the giveaway. Unfortunately, you can't watch it I mean, you can't enter from over there. Hopefully, they fix that sometime soon and make it cross-platform because we're going to start streaming and playback as well, and I'm sure it's not going to work on there either, which sucks because people should be able to enter from whatever platform they use, but unfortunately, with all the technology these days. All right. We're going to draw Debo first and then BA. Debo. Good luck. Bebop. Hashtag FF. Hurry up. What's up, Bebop-aroni? Let's see. All right. Let's go. Good luck. Miss Debbie.
Congrats, Miss Deb.
Congrats, Miss Deb. All right. This is for the Aiyuk. Good luck.
Bebop.
See, got here just in
Dang,
time,
Rob D.
Bebop-aroni.
Rob D called that
Congrats.
one.
He did.
Yeah, he goes, Bebop wins, and then he won as soon as he said that. Great. Yeah, you did, Rob. You called it.
Congrats. All right, let me see here. All right, so for the second giveaway, let me show you what both the giveaways are going to be. So second one, we're going to go with these two guys. CMC, Prismatic, and we got Nick Bosa on the gold color match. So that'll be the second giveaway. And then to end it up, we got Brock Purdy. We got this goat, Jerry Rice, Man of Mastery. And we got this little goat in training, Jair Brown, rated rookie. So yeah, let me get this second giveaway set up real quick and I'll let you guys start getting in there. Hashtag smile for the second one.
Safety's always been my favorite position on the team. Even going back to Ronnie Lott and the guy from the Indianapolis Colts named Bob Sanders. I always wanted to play safety, but I never had the foot speed to play it. I was more like a weak side linebacker or a fullback. Those are my two positions I always play. But I always wanted to play safety so bad. But I ran a 4.63 in high school, and it just that wasn't fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob had asked me about this and now is asking you, have you had the viral pizza cone? It's going around on TikTok and everything from Las Vegas.
No, I haven't. There's for people who come to Vegas, Vegas is so overwhelmingly, overwhelming when it comes to food. We have so much stuff out here that it's hard to try everything. You literally have to take like a month to be like, okay, I'm gonna try something every weekend or whatever. But yeah, no, I haven't tried that. The thing that what I want to try the most, so there's this guy who's on TikTok right now, and you got to hit him up on TikTok. But he makes wings. I don't know if you saw him, Miriah. Some black guy. He'll meet you at like a Target and handle your order in the parking lot. He'll have you try them in the parking lot, like, and but what do you think? And everybody is like, oh, he's on point. His wings look so good, and I think I want to try him next. But as far as pizza, no, I'm not. I'm not really a huge fan of pizza, to be honest. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not one of those like, oh, I have to have it every week,
Mhm.
or like I eat pizza every once in a while. So eventually, I'll probably try it. If it's on the strip, it'll probably be a year from now before I try it. If I'm
Yeah.
being honest, because I just don't go to the strip much unless people come into town. But yeah, I think the last thing that I tried where people were talking about was this fish and chip spot that I had. That was really, it's called the Cod Father for like for
Oh.
codfish,
Mhm.
and that place, and the guys are from England too. Like they're from England, London, England.
Let me write
They
that
make
down.
their fish and chips, and their fish and chips are off the hook. Like one of the best fish and chips I've ever had. So
Godfather.
Codfather, yep.
I love pizza, but I don't like, I'm just telling you guys this to add on to the story. I don't prefer this place's pizza at all. But my daughter works at Domino's, so like
Oh,
she constantly is bringing home pizza this, pizza that. Oh, we tried this new pizza thing. Tried it, like her coworkers will try hamburger pizza and send it home to us. Like all this. So with that, um, and then like I'm very I don't know. Like, I don't like that whole pizza cone thing. Like, it's all like the toppings are all in there, like messy, and like that's so not my style of thing. Like, I can't eat food that's like all sloppy and a mess like that. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
And
I'm
pizza,
with
like
you.
for me, like I love cheese pizza. I'll pretty much pick off most toppings off the pizza. So to have a pizza like the pizza cone, like it's supposed to have like toppings and stuff in there, so it's like not something that I would prefer to choose to eat anyways.
Mhm.
But now that chicken wing thing, you're gonna have to
Yes.
send me the info of that because that's
Yes.
something I can get down with some chicken wings.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you the link on that. I'll just like he'll pop up on my YouTube shorts or whatever, and like he'll just like I said, he's here in Vegas and he just meets people like, oh, try my. He's trying to get himself popular, so
Hmm.
that's why he films it and stuff like that. And yeah, his wings look amazing. But yeah, like it's funny. Like I'm not really like a huge pizza fan as far as like wanting it all the time. I love how it tastes, but I think it's because if I eat it too much, I'll burn myself out, and then I won't want
Yeah.
it for months. So
Hmm.
like, for instance, like on Sunday, it was we celebrated my lady's birthday on Sunday, and we all went to Metro Pizza right there off of Sky Canyon. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
So we went to Metro Pizza, and that was good. And my daughter's like you, my youngest daughter. She just likes cheese, so I just ordered her. Or you know what she does like? She does like Italian sausage on pizza though. So I ordered her and my
Hmm.
son a pizza, but I had it half and half pepperoni and half Italian sausage for
Okay.
them to share. Because yeah, she's really picky. If it's cheese or if it's not cheese or Italian sausage, she'll pick off every
Hmm.
single topping. I'm like, why did I waste my money getting this pizza if you're not gonna eat the topping? So yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's how she is.
What's up, Collie? Says nobody blows like Domino's. Fresh mozzarella on pizza's fire. Yep.
Mhm.
Rod D says the jerk had pizza in a cup as a joke and now it's real. Yeah,
That's
it's
funny.
crazy. What up, Swan? Good to see you. I thought I had saw somebody else join. Oh yeah, here we go. Red Jet. What up,
Yeah.
Red Jet? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let me see. Make sure if I missed anybody else.
Mm.
Ty, I don't know if I officially said hi, Ty, but what up?
Yeah, Costco
Uh,
does have some underrated pizza.
Daniel Barry, what's good? I like Sam's Club's pizza too.
Sam's Club's pizza's good too, yeah.
And it's cheap. Like you can't eat like freaking cheaper than going into those places,
Yeah.
like it's crazy. All right. So hashtag smile. If you guys haven't got into the second giveaway yet, get in there. Let's talk a little bit about Devondre Campbell. Recently did an interview with Justin Milo, I think is how you pronounce his last name, from Draft Network. He went on there to talk about his new. Let me bring it up here because this is pretty cool, I thought. Where is it? Where is it? All right. So he went on there to talk about his new sponsorship that he has with Campbell Soup.
Mm.
Fitting, right? His last name's Campbell Soup. And the new flavor that's, that he's with is chunky. This is a whole full name, so get ready. Chunky, spicy, Nashville style hot chicken soup.
Dang. And they fit all that on the can? That's impressive.
It has 13 grams of protein.
Okay.
So they made it specifically like that because he said it's a great like post workout meal. He said that he tries to eat a lot of protein in every meal that he has, and who knows if he really eats this, right? But this is what he said. So he said after workouts, this is a quick thing. You can make it up real quick and you're getting that protein, in your body right after a workout. He said he don't usually like spicy, which I thought was crazy because it seems like they would make a spicy soup if it was somebody that is all about spicy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But he said that he doesn't normally like, too much spice, but that, this is really good. And they talked about like it has like tons of seasonings and different stuff in it. So I'm definitely going to try it out. Next time I go to the store, if I see it, I'm wondering if he's on the can or, if he got his 49er uniform on or what, if it has anything to do, we'll see. If you guys see it in the stores, keep a lookout. Campbell's soup, chunky, spicy, Nashville style hot chicken soup. So keep an eye. If I find it though, I'll show you guys on the show. But so they asked him obviously some other questions too, that we'll talk about real quick. So they asked him, why the 49ers, like what was appealing about the 49ers, after his release, and he says, I've obviously had a lot of opportunities to play against the 49ers in the past. I've honestly always been attracted to the style of football they play. I've actually played in a similar defensive scheme when I was playing with the Atlanta Falcons. There's already a sense of familiarity present as far as the system goes. I love the way this defense intends to play football. They hunt, they have a bunch of dogs. The honest truth is they have a void that needed to be filled after losing a really great player to injury in the Super Bowl. I feel like I can come in and contribute. I don't need to do anything more than what's being asked of me. And so they asked him like what he anticipates his role being if Greenlaw misses time. And he said, that's really not up to me. My goal right now is to try and learn as much as I can about this defense so I can help them. Whatever is required of me, I'm going to be ready to impress the coaching staff. I want to get on the field because I know nothing is promised or guaranteed. They called me and told me they wanted me in free agency. It was a really good opportunity for myself to join a contender. I'm just trying to make the most of it. I don't have any expectations, really. I'm just trying to impress this coaching staff and let the chips fall where they may. So I thought that was pretty cool. They then asked him when Greenlaw is healthy. They says you'll join Greenlaw, Fred Warner when all parties are healthy. What do you feel the potential is for your position group? Those are three very talented players. He says, we all know what Fred's resume speaks for itself. I personally feel like Dre Greenlaw doesn't get the respect he deserves. He's one of the best linebackers in this league. I've always been a big fan of both of them. They're both great players. We just need to focus on getting Greenlaw healthy. I've been in constant contact with him, which is pretty awesome too. He's a dog, man. When you keep a dog in a kennel, it can get anxious. He wants to play football so bad. I told him this is God's plan for him right now. He just needs to get healthy and control what he can control. Fred Warner and myself, Curtis Robinson, Flanagan Foles, Ezekiel Turner, D. Winters, all of us are going to hold down the fort until Greenlaw gets back to where he wants to be. So I thought that was pretty awesome that he's already like he hasn't been on the team with Greenlaw before. Like he's joining the team and Greenlaw's injured off, like not off the team, but away from the team, whatever. And yet Campbell's there talking to him every day, like being somebody in his corner to help get him through this process. Like we know, obviously about the physical side of the injury, right? But so much so many people, so often people forget about the mental side of it. Like he talked about, like, oh, he's a dog, and when you lock up a dog in a kennel, they get anxious. Like these guys, they're used to playing football their entire lives, being on the field, being around their teammates. And then you take that from them, and they all of a sudden can't do what they've seriously done for 20 something years already. And like they're going to be anxious, they're going to be depressed, they're going to be, like, why does this have to happen to me? Why can't I be out there playing? Why, like all this shit, am I going to be back to the same player I was before injury? So much shit probably goes through these guys' heads. And now he has another vet, that's been through so much shit too, in his fucking corner. So I thought that was pretty cool. Your thoughts so far on what Campbell had to say?
Well, that's a he said all the right things. I agree with Ty, and I agree with Swan Song. Like, you can't sleep on this man. When you put somebody in a position that they're familiar with, watch out, especially because the man was all pro 2 years ago. So, you and I have talked about this before. One thing I never worry about with the 49ers are our linebackers. We know how to get some linebackers. I would say other than us, the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers all time, you can argue we've had the best linebackers in history. You know what I mean? We just
Mm-hmm.
have some amazing talent. So, yeah, I love Campbell's answer. I don't know about his soup. I never heard nobody eating soup after a workout. That's a little that's a little that's interesting to me. But hey, whatever works. I'm not going to question that man. That man is ripped. So,
But
he does
remember,
what he
who was the Campbells? Somebody for Philly used to be. Remember, like their
I think it
mom
was
was always
It
in.
was it was Donovan McNabb.
Oh yeah, McNabb. It
It
was
was
part of the
Donovan
soup.
McNabb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mom said to eat chunky soup,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where like you said, I think you brought up the like nobody's like pouting and why this happened to me and this and that. I learned at a young age. My grandma told me a long time ago. She was like, we always have a plan, but when it doesn't work and God, tells you I got something else planned for you, we have our plans and God has his, and his plans are always the best one. So, I'm glad that, DeAndre Campbell's reaching out to I'm done. I don't know why this is in my head, but reaching out to Dre Greenlaw, and yeah, when he gets help, Dre Greenlaw gets healthy, and we're gonna have some dogs at linebacker. Like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. And then the way I've been hearing about D Winters, what Fred Warner said about him, it's gonna be man, it's gonna be tough to even keep that young man off the field. So yeah, I don't know. I just like I said, there's not much to say about Devondre Campbell. He said everything he said I agree with. He seems like an excellent teammate. He ain't pouting to be. It's not like he's coming out saying like, "Yeah, this position is mine to win," and blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah. Of course, he wants to play, but he's probably at the stage of his career where he's like, you know what, I just want to be on a team that has a winning culture, and I'm out here to compete. And if Drake Greenlaw, I mean, who knows? He might be playing such at an excellent level that Drake Greenlaw might be coming off the bench and spilling him for a breather. Who knows? You know what I mean? You just don't know that. But I think Drake Greenlaw's the same way. He's going to be like, hey, this man's been killing all year. Why would I be selfish to say take him off the field when
Mm-hmm.
he's out there killing it? You know what I mean? So yeah, we have some excellent team. I feel like the linebacking group has always been great. They've always got along. I feel like, there's never any animosity towards each other. Like you never heard somebody like a Flanagan Foles even complaining, even though he's been with
Mm-hmm.
the team for a couple years. Like, they put people in before him and he just like, hey, if that's the better man, then so be it. So yeah, I love this. That's probably my favorite group on our team, to be honest.
Yeah, the last couple of things he had to say were about the team and about Sorensen. They asked him, about, how's Nick Sorensen, obviously, as a first time coach, whatever. Um, and he said he didn't really know too much about him, but he knew as a coach. He said he knew about him as a player because he said that he's like a football junkie, so he pretty much knows every person that's ever played football before.
Hmm.
Um, and but he said first and foremost, he's a former player, and the mutual respect is present. We both understand how hard it is to play in this league. There's always mutual respect between players, past and present. And then he said, he's a super cool guy and coach. I think I'm going to fit in really well here. I love the way he calls the defense. With him being a former player, he has a certain knowledge of how to go about things on that side of the ball. Things are going very well so far. I'm excited to see what's in store. And then they asked him about how, like training, the mini camp, and that stuff has gone. And that the 8 weeks, since he's been there. And he says the owners, the GM and John Lynch, being around Kyle Shanahan, our entire staff, all they ever talk about is going back to the big dance, to the Super Bowl. That's what it's all about. That's what we're in the business of. This is a performance results based business. They don't care about anything other than winning. Everybody here is super competitive. Everything they do is about creating competition. You have to be the best version of yourself every single day. They know how to go about creating competition. They're smart about it as well. It matters. You can easily see it. It didn't take long for me to see it. And and before that, he talked about that, all's they're worried about in that organization is winning. And he said that's the thing that stood out from the day that he signed with the team till, how 8 weeks later, whatever, is that organization, all they talk about from the top to the bottom is winning.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. Miss Debbie says, I've always liked the perspective of former players that become coaches. I agree. I love it. All right, let's draw these winners.
Yeah, I agree with that too. D'Amico had some of the best press conferences.
I still listen to his press conferences.
Same. That dude's I love that guy, man.
All right. We're going to draw CMC first. CMC, Prismatic, and then we'll draw Nick Bosa. All right. Good luck. Good luck.
Huh.
Congrats to me.
We're always winners here.
See, I thought that was pretty cool to hear from him.
Oh my goodness.
Hear like, oh my gosh. I better go get some lotto tickets tonight.
You are
when
going
I
to
get
California. Yeah, but I say going to Cali. I don't know. It's a sign.
I thought, to hear like the perspective of a guy just joining the team, somebody that's been on other Miss Debbie, somebody that's been on other teams, and has something to compare it to. I like to hear what they think, of the situation, of the coaches, of the team.
Yeah.
Congrats, Miss Debbie.
It's funny. Back in like when we were like terrible, back in like 2004, when we were getting the first pick, like Alex Smith, stuff like that. Oh I can't think of. Oh, Eric Allen. He was a former corner of the Eagles. He was always like, man, how far the 49ers. Oh my goodness. He said, how far
Debbie,
the
you better go
49ers.
get some lotto tickets too.
For real. He was always like saying like, man, how bad the 49ers have fallen. He was like, when I played back in the 90s, 49ers were the 80s and 90s, the 49ers were the team everybody wanted to go to. Everybody was envious of them. They wanted to get drafted by him, stuff like this. And he goes, how far the mighty have fallen. But I feel like we're now in a situation where we're back to that, where people like, Devondre Campbell's a perfect example, like where it's like, man, like for everybody, who's a free agent would love to come here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know I'm laughing at Ty too, but yeah, it's just good to know that we're back on top like that. Have been competitive for a while. Where now like other teams are looking at us. Being on another team and focusing on our scheme, and man, like they play a great defense there, and like we're back at that again, and you love to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like especially like a team that we're always constantly playing in the playoffs and stuff was Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to say, this is the team like I've watched for years, like that means something, like that's a sign of respect that to have, we don't really call them a rival, but we do go against them all the time, constantly in the playoffs, so to have somebody like that coming from a team like that to be like, oh, I've been watching this team, like
yeah.
All right. Congrats, Miss Debbie. She said that's a sign. She's going to go get her some lotto tickets. Hey. Good luck. Rob's so smart. He thinks he's so ahead of the game here.
He ain't too smart. He's first, but he ain't winning.
I said change it up. My BQ. Hashtag my QB to get into the last set of giveaways. Again, this will be for Brock Purdy. We got the Jerry Rice, Men of Mastery, and the stud, Jair Brown. Let me show y'all a picture for those that aren't on Twitter or may not have seen. Yesterday, when I checked the mail, this is what I had in there. Hold on, let me turn down the brightness.
It's kind of blurry. Is that the same card? Is it all Jair Brown?
Yep.
Okay. Dang, a lot of them. That's crazy. How many of them in there? Like 9 of them?
Yeah, we're on the Jair Brown wagon around here, so
there we go.
Make sure you get on. Hashtag my QB, get into the last giveaway. All right, let's talk about something that's kind of been in the news, and the 49ers made a decision with it today, and that is regarding streamer Dr. Disrespect. We know that he has done things for the 49ers in the past. He's called their draft picks, been around the team, done different promos with them, all different things. Exactly, Rob. And lately, I think maybe last week or the beginning of this week, sometime, it came out that I really haven't got into the story too much, but I believe that it came out that he was texting underage girls, right? Like
Yes.
DMing them or texting them or whatever, having some type of communication with them. I believe it went to court even. And whatever happened, I'm not sure, but the 49ers decided today, they said, we take these developments seriously and will not be working with him going forward, was their official statement on the situation. So, you know, I was wondering the whole time, like, are the 49ers going to say something, or are they going to wait? Are they, you know, like, other teams were already posting, like, especially the Seahawks fans. I saw them doing it a lot, like, oh yeah, figures, a 49ers guy, yada yada, you know, like just because he's worked like promos and shit with the 49ers, like, like we have no fucking ties to the guy. I didn't even know who he was when he first started doing stuff with the 49ers. I'm like, who is this guy that's wearing freaking headphones everywhere? Like, freaking weirdo. So yeah, I'm glad to see, you know, whatever the situation, obviously you don't fucking text minors and have conversations with minors when you're a grown freaking adult. Common fucking sense that we have right there. You know, there's not much more needs to be said about that situation or whatever the developments were or whatever. The 49ers found that it was enough, obviously, to cut ties with them. And I'm glad they did. So good for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it's sad too because he made some kind of a comment like, you know, like he admitted to doing what he was doing, then had the audacity and say, you know, hope you guys can forgive me. I'll be back better than ever. Like, dude, just shut up. Like, take the L and move on. I will never accept the fact of any adult, you know, messing with a minor, taking advantage of a minor, and oh, you know, 35-year-old man trying to sleep with a 16-year-old and stuff like that. That's just disgusting. Like those are the type of dudes that, you know, I would love to meet face to face. I'll just put it that way. You know, so yeah, it's sick, and you know, I'm glad the 49ers decided to get rid of him ASAP because he doesn't deserve a place on this team to be, you know, I don't even want to talk about him even being a fan of this team. It's disgusting behavior, and I hope it's investigated and he does some jail time because that's sick.
Yep, I agree. All right. So the last thing I have is that the PFF, they've been putting out these ranks of different things. Those that watched the Two Goat show last week, me and Steph talked about the wide receiver rankings, the running back rankings. They recently released their defensive line rankings, and the 49ers come in as the second best defensive line. Now, I was very surprised because, a couple years ago, had, we've been in this conversation, okay, I would have thought, yeah, we're number one, number two, somewhere in there. However, our D line, especially last year, we saw what happened with them. They didn't live up to expectations whatsoever. We know that a lot of moves, Eric Armstead's no longer on the line, right? Like that was a huge piece for our defensive line that we lost. We picked up, Floyd, like these different, 1-2 year guys. And yet it didn't seem to drop the rankings down very much, losing Armstead. So that's why I was surprised that they still have the 49ers in there at number 2. But hey, I'll take it. So they have the rankings as New York Jets number 1, 49ers number 2, Eagles 3rd, Lions 4th, Browns at 5th, the Cowboys at 6th, Colts at 7th, Steelers 8, Raiders 9, and the Texans at 10. It says, let me see if they explain. So it says the 49ers remain loaded up front. Nick Bosa, a perennial defensive player of the year candidate, and contends Jason Hargrave is close to as good as it gets as an interior rusher. So yeah, Word, are you surprised by us being at number 2? I would think the Browns would be higher than number 5, but maybe they. I don't remember them losing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Specific
with us,
pieces.
even though we lost Armstead, we still got another piece back in Floyd. So maybe that's why they're considering like, hey, they upgraded that pass rush, and they're looking at maybe they're taking into consideration that Hargrave is actually in shape. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hopefully.
yeah, well, he admitted he wasn't last year, so which was inexcusable. But hey, it's a different year. Hopefully, he comes in shape. But yeah, our D line, I like it a lot. With Bosa actually being in camp this time and running a similar scheme that we had 2 seasons ago instead of having Steve Wilkes on the team, because that's what their whole complaint was, him not running the scheme they were used to. Now you got a scheme that you're back used to. Hargrave in shape, Floyd. If anybody can step up at that second defensive tackle spot, oh my goodness. You know, um, and there's times too where I wouldn't even mind, depending on how good he's recovered and if he's, you know, if he looks a little bit better, maybe Drake Jackson can be a little bit better and have like a week 1 type performance and be consistent. I'm not saying 2 sacks every game, but what I'm saying is being consistent, getting to the quarterback, every single game instead of just disappearing for weeks. So yeah, I think Leonard Floyd is exciting to me. I feel like Leonard Floyd is an upgrade on that D line over Eric Armstead because one, he gets to the quarterback. Yeah, he does. He's not probably not as good at stopping the run, obviously, but getting to the quarterback, and two, he stays healthy. That's the main thing. Man has I don't think he's I think he's been healthy the last like 3 or 4 straight seasons.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah,
has.
that right there, I like that. But yeah, like Swan said, what I was just saying, Jackson move him inside on the NASCAR package and have nothing but speed coming at you from inside and outside. So yeah, I'm not really surprised at two, but Browns I would think would be right after us because the Browns got a mean defense.
Yeah.
But they lost, but I think one of their D tackles ended up coming to us, right?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
So I think maybe that's why they dropped a little bit because I think that guy. I don't know if it was. I can't remember which one is which. One we got from the Texans, one we got from the Browns. So
I think Malik Collins was from the Texans
okay,
and Jordan
okay,
Elliott. was from the
That's what.
Browns. Yeah.
So yeah, so they lost a key piece to us. So maybe that's why they dropped a few spots. But yeah, I have no issue with it. The rankings sound pretty good. And the Lions, man, they're right behind us. That's gonna be. I think the Lions and the Niners are going to be back in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, I think so too. And Leonard Floyd, yeah, I'm super excited about him. Like to have, I was excited going into last season because I thought Drake Jackson was actually going to do something, opposite Nick Bosa.
Mhm.
So, if Leonard Floyd could, obviously he's getting older, right?
Mhm.
But if he could be, even 90% of what he's been the last couple years, like we're
Yeah.
getting a huge upgrade and the best that we've seen
Mhm.
opposite Nick Bosa in years,
Mhm.
like that's going to do so much for this defensive line.
Mhm.
Like open up, like if they're double teaming Nick Bosa and they're double teaming
Hargrave.
Hargrave, like, you can't double team everybody. And that's
You
what we were
can't.
saying going into last year. Like
Yep.
those guys that are taking on the one-on-ones, you have to win. You
You have to
have
beat your
to
matchup.
freaking win that
Yep.
one-on-one,
You have to.
and to have a guy like Floyd that can actually beat the guy in front of him will be huge for this
Yeah.
defensive line. And then, yeah, like obviously if Malik Collins can do something,
Elliott. Yeah.
Elliott, like
And right
hopefully.
now that I'm thinking about it, we saw Drake Jackson. He exploded in week 1. What do you have? 2 or 3 sacks. Maybe his drop off too was because of the play of Bosa and Hargrave.
Mhm.
Bosa was just mediocre. I mean, he did good. I'm not saying he had a terrible year. He just wasn't a Nick Bosa year.
Well, whatever the
Har
coach was doing,
whatever.
because
Yeah,
obviously the D line wasn't happy with the coach
yeah.
in
So
total,
yeah, so
so
you look at their you know them being not pleased with Wilkes. You got Hargrave out of shape. You got Bolsa not playing up to the level he was usually playing in. So maybe that was an issue with Drake Jackson. So maybe you look at, we hired within, they have a scheme that they're used to. You have like you said, hopefully an in shape Hargrave. You got a Bosa who's been there since day one, showed up at OTA, showed up at mini camp, has been there. Now we got a Leonard Floyd who's probably just as good, if not maybe same level, but up there with like a D4, but
mhm.
healthier. So if you
Yep.
get everybody playing like they're supposed to, Elliott, Collins, Drake Jackson, like you said, should be beating the one-on-ones and taking advantage of that. And if Drake Jackson on third down, you move him inside, you have to account for all 4 dudes on that line.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully we're back to the pass rush that we're used to.
Yep, I agree. And I haven't given up on Drake Jackson at all. Like I think he
Same.
can still be awesome. Obviously he needs the situation around him to be right, but and hopefully we see that this season. Let's draw these winners and
Hmm.
get out of here. Cause
All
I gotta
right.
go pack.
Of course you would. Last minute. Could have packed last night, girl.
No, because I didn't know I was going until
True.
like
True.
literally two
True.
hours ago.
Oh, that what she told you?
No, she was going regardless. I just didn't know
Regardless.
if I was going with her.
Oh, your daughter going too, or she staying back?
No, she's staying. She has to work
Mm,
and watch the dogs.
mm.
Normally, what I'm stuck doing, watching the dogs. All right, let's draw. We're gonna draw Jerry Rice first. We'll do Purdy second and Jair Brown third. All right. So once again, these are what we're drawing right now. We got Jerry Rice first, Brock Purdy, and Jair Brown. Good luck, everybody. Let's see if you guys let Miss Debbie continue to kick your asses.
Yeah, because she got it. Oh, she won 3 already, huh?
Yeah, she
Dang,
already got a
she's
hat
killing
trick.
it.
All right, good luck. And I already got 2, so you guys are really not doing well today.
You're not even trying to win. Alberto.
Alberto. He wanted the Purdy, but he gets the Jerry Rice. Let's see if he can get the back-to-back win here. Alberto gets Jerry. All right. This is for Brock Purdy. Good luck.
Ty.
Hi. Congrats, Ty.
Alberto, you can always ask Ty if he's willing to switch with you. I'm just saying.
And then for Jair Brown, good luck.
Bebop again. A twofer.
Bebop-a-roni. Twofer. Congrats. All right. Let me see. Where's this? Which one? Congrats. Ty, Alberto's asking if you're down to trade. Let him know. There's a lot of people that have won even multiple Brock Purdy's.
Seriously.
That you could have been trading with this whole time, sir. Oh, I forgot. We'll give that one away next time. Fred Warner still left laying here.
Okay.
Any closing thoughts? Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, just 49ers. Please get Brandon Aiyuk signed. Get this man in the camp. Get this man signed before training camp starts, man. That's all I'm asking. We need him on this team. Most complete receiver on this team. Blocks his tail off. Really doesn't have a weakness, if I'm being honest. Route running, playmaking, hands, blocking. He's everything that you want in a receiver that you groomed personally. Don't let that man walk, and don't trade him for a bag of peanuts or whatever, which I know you guys won't because you guys are really strict on your draft capital. But yeah, that's all I'm asking. Like, get that man in the camp. And Miriah, you have fun. You be safe. Eat some good California Mexican food for me. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, have fun, fam. I don't know if you guys are gonna watch the NBA draft tonight, but I hope your team, whoever your basketball team is, they get who you want in the draft. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Me and Miriah and I will see you next week sometime.
Yep. Ty, I think Ty not even here anymore. Alberto,
He might have
ran
left.
away.
Yeah, it's like 5 o'clock his time, so he's probably out. He's probably getting ready for dinner or something. Who knows?
I'll work something out for you, Alberto. Don't worry, okay? Just don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. And yeah, chat, you guys are awesome as always. Much love. I appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Like seriously, when I tell you guys I love y'all, like I love y'all. I couldn't be doing this without any of you guys. You guys make this so much like easier for me. You bring so much just good vibes, so much love, so much everything. You guys are the best chat out there. And yeah, I hope. Yep. Oh, tomorrow though, I am going to be back with Steph. I'm going to try. I'm taking my laptop and everything with me. So as long as I can get somewhere and steal their internet, then I will be going live with Steph to do the Two Goat show tomorrow at 3. I'm gonna try to just have my I'm gonna try to have my wife just drop me off at like Starbucks and like find a Starbucks that has like an outside seating area so I can just stream out there. So yeah, we're gonna try to working vacation, I told you guys it's not much of a vacation. We're going there to handle business for my mother-in-law, and then me and my wife are going to escape for one night to the beach, stay there,
Very nice.
and then back home we come. So yeah, but it's been a while since I got out of this house. So I need to get out of here. One
Just come
day,
back on
2
Saturday.
days, I don't care. Huh?
You guys coming back Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I will definitely be trying to go live tomorrow for the Two Goat Show with Steph. Right now, probably normal time at 3. If that changes, just keep an eye. But yeah, much love. Appreciate you all. Everybody have a great rest of your week. If I don't talk to y'all tomorrow, have a wonderful weekend. Me and Ty will be back Monday for the Aces High show. And then, like TL said, me and him will be back sometime next week. So, yeah, we're out of here, faithful. We appreciate y'all. Much love.